all, Deborah Rock, Queen of Return. I haven't been here in a while to make a video, but I'm back. Have some things that I want to talk about. I usually only want to come and talk when I have something to say, and the divine has led me to say some things. All right, I am here like sitting right on the side of my altar. I've never like videotaped here, but I am today because I have some very, very, very important things that I want to say to you all. And I'm going to just jump right in because I just really hate when people have videos and they just keep talking and talking and talking and they don't say what they're, what's the title on the video. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is the earth and like what's happening with the earth. If you guys are anything like me, I am like an avid news junkie. Like I look around and I'm always looking to see like what's happening, around me. So not just that, but what the divine is telling me, or what the Most High, I should say, has instructed me to say, and what I've been hearing. So if you guys have been looking around, you understand that there is issues with water, drinking water, reservoirs, like bodies of water that are just like drying up all across the northern hemisphere, right? So, in my meditation and I won't say prayer, in my meditation, what I have been told is all of, and you guys listen to me carefully, hear these words carefully, because what I'm about to say is very, very powerful and very, very strong. All of the bodies of water in the northern hemisphere of the world are drying up. And you guys know that if you've been watching the news, right? You can see that it's drying up. However, the conversation is, we have time. The next 2 years or the next 30 years or the next 40 years. There is no time. Time is upon us. And what the divine has been very, very clear about is that those bodies of water are drying up and they're not coming back. So imagine if you're living in one of those areas in the northern hemisphere, whether that's along the west coast, like around California, all along the California coast, or if you're in Canada, or if you're in Europe, or if you're in Florida, in France, all the northern hemisphere, all of the bodies of waters are drying up, except one. Now, I don't know if I'm going to tell you guys which one. No, I will tell you which one. God just said, tell them. The one that will remain, and I'm prophesying here, you guys. The one that will remain is Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan will be the only body of water that will remain. Think about that, all right? Now, hear me clearly, and this is for my carbonated people. What I have been told is that Lake Michigan will become the new Nile, what will be known as the new Nile. Okay? So, the divine is present, the divine is physical, and the divine is on earth as we speak. And the divine has been speaking to me consistently, telling me about what's going on in the world. All right? So that's heavy. That's a really, really big thing to think about. And after this video, for those of you guys who watch it, I really want you to go and look at the news and find out. Look and see what's happening with these bodies of water. And if you hear the conversation, people keep saying, "Oh, we're gonna have opportunity to recover from this climate change," but they will not. We will not. There will be one body of water left after it's all said and done, and it will be the Nile River, what will become known as the Nile River. The divine is back. He is, in many ways, I won't say in many ways, but in a philosophical way or in a metaphysical way, he is reinstituting the Nile Valley in our time. The Nile Valley is currently being remapped. And the first place that we're seeing it is in the bodies of water. So if you doubt what I'm saying, like I said, go and look at the news and you will see these bodies of water that are drying up. Places not getting rain, no snow. That's where all the water comes from. It's from these elements that the divine provides for us. You know, to give water is like the divine, not like, is the divine feeding his people. And please hear me, you all. It has been made clear to me unequivocally that God's divine people are the carbonated people. That's people who look like you and me. All right? That's one part. The second part is the weather. And this all has to do with, this conversation all has to do with our ecosystem, our earth, and what's happening with our habitat. People keep saying, you know, using this term climate change, and it is a very accurate term because the climate is changing. But guess what it's changing to? It's changing to a tropical environment. All of the world will become a tropical environment. I'm talking about much like what we see on the continent, on the mother continent. We are moving into a tropical environment. It is changing. Now, if you know anything about the Kemites and what took place, and I'll say Egypt for those of us who don't know what Kemet is. If you know anything about the Kemites, they use the cosmos to map out their agricultural footprint, like when they were going to grow, you know, when they were going to harvest. It was all mapped, aligned with the cosmos, with the stars. Okay? So what God is doing now, because the divine is present, please know that, you guys, everything that's happened, God is here, physically here. And I'll let you guys know more about that, you know, in upcoming videos. However, I'll go back to my point about the Nile River, and that we're moving from a different calendar system, where we're moving into a tropical environment. So what will happen is, if you know about the Kemites, they worked on, and I'm going to probably put a picture over here of like how they mapped it out. They worked on a 8-month summer period, 4 months winter. And that is exactly what we're moving into. We're going to have 8 months of summer, and we're going to have 4 months of winter. But our winters will be mild, and snow is going to eventually, probably by next year, go away. I think we're going to have, I think I heard that we're going to have, I'm pretty sure I heard that we're going to have a milder winter this year, and then next spring, or our next winter, will be much, much more milder. All right? So what I'm trying to do by making this video is to put to give you a heads up for you to start looking around in your environment and see what's happening with these waters. Because you guys, think about this. And I'm going to go back to my original point about the water. If you're living, you can be in California and you can have a house cost $10 million. If you can't get no water, what you gonna do? And that is what's about to happen. That is currently what's happening. People, we have relied so much on the government. We think, oh, they're gonna fix it, they're gonna fix it. But can nobody move God's hand once the Creator has decided to move. And that is what's happening. And he's taking the water. And he's going to leave one body of water, which will become the new Nile for his chosen people. And that's us. All right? That is really all I wanted to say. And that's a handful. 2 things. Water is evaporating and moving and being pulled out. People ain't gonna know what they're gonna do, so don't get caught with your slip hanging. If you're someplace where there's a whole bunch of water, no water, you better get a plan B. All right? The second thing is we're moving into a much warmer, longer summer. So don't put away your summer clothes, because it's going to be warmer this year, and warmer next year, and warmer every year after that. If you just look around, those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, if you just look around, you can see. You can see. Please know that they can't create water. They can't. Water comes from the Creator. It is from the ocean of Nun. If anybody knows anything about, for those of us who know about Kemet. All right, so I am going to come back and keep talking about these sorts of things, because God is fast and heavy right now. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening over between now and the end of the year. We're about to see supernatural things take place. Please know that. We're about to see supernatural supernatural events take place. All right. So you guys subscribe and do whatever you do. But come back for the next couple of videos, because I am definitely going to be talking about the things that I am learning, you know, in my meditation as I sit at my altar, because God and the Creator has been very, very vocal. All right, and I'll share more about that in upcoming videos. Thank you, Deborah Ra, Queen Deborah Ra. I'll talk to you guys soon.